Hi, sweetie pie. So, where's some light? Where's some light? There's some light. So I am out for my Marley walk before bed, and thought I'd bring you along tonight. I guess you can hear me even if the video is a little dark. So yeah, I'm thinking a lot about your birthday. Quite a lot about it. Because that's coming up so soon. Jeez, we're one big week away. And just I've been steadily getting things ready for you the last few weeks. Found the right gifts, I think, and ordered them in, and all the little things, decorations, and been practicing the Danish birthday songs because I, of course, grew up singing "Happy Birthday to You," which was your first English birthday song. You learned it for your second birthday when we were driving around in Switzerland. You learned the song. You could sing along. You could say the words. You recognized it. You loved it. And that filled a couple days driving around in the Oberland of Switzerland. But now, of course, you are used to the Danish birthday songs. So I've been practicing them and getting them ready with our guitar. So that's been really fun, and that's on my mind quite a lot. Getting to celebrate you. I want to get some new wrapping paper. I'll have some good things to wrap. So yeah, playing this tonight. Med dejlig chokolade med kage til. Really gave me a cake craving tonight. There was seriously a moment where instead of responsibly taking my walk to rest and fall asleep, I definitely sat there thinking, well, I could make a cake right now. I'll make a cake soon. We'll make a cake very soon. So yeah, birthday thoughts, birthday songs in my head, and this came to mind as I walked out. We were goofing around talking about all the ways we can celebrate your birthday and the different things you want to do. And one thing you said that flew by in the rush of we could do this and we could do this. There was a moment you said you want to stay up all night and not sleep and see the whole night and stuff like this. It's funny coming down here when it's dark up. This is a late adult night. I had a very exciting day at the theater today, so I got home pretty late this evening. And it's nice to be here out in the dark, because this is where we went for our walks together in the evenings in the winter. And even at 5:30 or 6, it was already dark like this out here. So I have lots of lovely special memories of the winter here with you walking on these streets. So it's nice to be out here. It stays light so long already, even in April, and it gets light pretty early. You wake up early with the light, even I wake up early with the light, and well, that means we go to bed early. So this is a special thing tonight. Walking here in the dark. The weather's pretty warm and comfortable. And it's another connection feeling to you. I want to stay up all night and see the whole night. Feels like there's also an excitement for you there in this, of taking the Marley walks in the evening. We've, of course, just been falling asleep in the bedroom for this month. It's so bright outdoors that taking a Marley walk, it might work, but it just makes so much more sense just to fall asleep in your bed. So those are just some of my thoughts trickling away here as out for my Marley walk tonight. That how beautiful it is in the dark here, and how many good special memories we have of walking this route for years now, and seeing these lights and seeing this darkness. You seem to always love the lights in the houses as we go. Getting these little peaks, so many of the lights out, and like these, I don't know if you can see the buildings behind me on this street here. Yeah, you can't really, right? Most of them are dark. So yeah, this thing you seem to really enjoy of seeing all the lights out. But every once in a while, there's a light on, especially in this building coming up here. I'll walk over and see that. There's always one or two lights on, and you seem to love the mystery of who's up and what are they doing, and this nighttime story. I tried reading it to you once, telling it to you once, and on the videos here, I mean. I tell it to you almost every night at some point to fall asleep about some little animal that happens to be exactly 4 years old, and she's brave and curious and loves going out into the dark forest to fall asleep at night. And she goes out to meet all the other sleeping animals. It's a story you love and are comforted by and I think really engaged by. This 4-year-old animal who wants to go out into the dark world and see what's happening and feels safe and feels warm and close with all the other creatures out there. Well, it's a lot of the same thing. Walking these dark streets with you and taking a little peek. So many lights are out, but here's one of the buildings you love seeing. There's one light that's on. All the rest of it, dark, dark, dark. But what's going on up there? Who are they? Are they awake? We can't see them, but the lights are on. What are they doing? This connection seems to really inspire you, I guess is the right word. That's a thrill, Marley. It's a thrill sharing that with you. You fall asleep so fast on these walks, but I see you, hold on to that moment to get a look, to get a glimpse, to get a feeling of what's happening out here. And you get your little taste of it. I can see you enjoy it so much, and then you let the day drop. And there you go, asleep, asleep, asleep. One more look at one of your favorite buildings. See? Down on the ground floor, there's 2 rooms side by side next to the door. Lots of lights on. What are they doing? And the one up top you love, they have sort of this like disco light, this bright white light up there. Oh, I seem so intrigued that it's such a special light. When you don't fall asleep already halfway here, which happens quite a lot, you always do ask about that one. And that's usually pretty much it. From here onwards, it's pretty reliable. And if you made it this far, well, then it's lights out coming up ahead. I love sharing those things with you, sweetie pie. It makes me dream in this wonderful way about also what's coming. And as you get older and as you get bigger and as we make new traditions, how will they continue somehow? I love the idea of, nighttime walks with you when you're older. It's walking side by side and hearing your thoughts and knowing where your curiosity goes, and same thing, just sharing the end of the day with you. That lovely reflection point. Just to come in and check in with what's happening. Those regular, daily meaningful connection points. Father and daughter. That chance to regularly and meaningfully click in. Where are you? What's up? How are you doing? You share these things with me so much already. Every time we have our time together, your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences, your concerns and worries, your hopes, your fears. Oh, check this out. You might see this guy behind us. A sec. Let's get you some light. There we go. Take a look. Rollerblader out at night. So yeah, it's real magic getting to share experiences with you and the feeling you share with me here. Like I said, your feelings and concerns and all the things clicking through your internal world. It's a real treasure hunt. I've worked with people's inner lives and deeper selves for 20 years now in the theater. I've been privileged to have people trust themselves, their true, vulnerable, pure selves to our theater space, to our rehearsals and our interactions. We really get to meet each other in the theater. But what I want to say, the connection that you and I can have and do have, the connection that you share with me and open to me, it's so much more delicate and deep. It's so much more rich than anything I've ever experienced. Like I said, I've spent 20 years being privileged to be a part of people's lives, to witness who they really are. And what you share with me already at just 4 years old, it's so rich, it's so meaningful. It's the biggest honor I've ever had. I really love being your father. I love being family with you. I love you. I love you being my daughter. I love our connection. It's a real treasure, sensing you and knowing how you are and feeling and sharing in what you are living through and how you connect to it, how you feel with it. Well, yeah, you know this, and just to say it, just to have it here on our little YouTube. It's a wonderful world with you, Marley. It's wonderful being with you. So, never could have imagined how much these particular streets would come to be connected with you. I first walked them, I don't know your exact months, when you were teensy-tiny. Were you 4 months old? Let's think about it. May, June, July. Yeah. These streets really became meaningful for me when you're about 4 months old. Oh, look, there's almost some light. Haha. I'd run through this neighborhood a little bit. I'd walked once or twice on the streets, but I remember the first times I was taking you for your naps in the wrap here. I was discovering the neighborhood. I didn't know the streets. It was interesting, and it is. I guess one day maybe I should just take a walk during daylight with the camera on. The houses are pretty beautiful, and it's a cool little neighborhood here. I remember discovering it with you asleep on my chest and exploring the space with you. And it was so new, and it was kind of a surprise. It's not necessarily a neighborhood I would walk 5 to 7 times a week. But I have, and I've done it with you. Oh, it's so strange. Each of these streets, each of these turns, each house is somehow connected to another day where, I was walking, helping you fall asleep, carrying you asleep. You slept so well in the wrap when you were in that first year of your life. At nap times, I'd carry you through the whole nap. So it was either an hour and 20 or 2 hours, depending on how you'd slept in the night. 2 hours with you, as a 1-year-old even, asleep in the wrap. It's quite an experience. 2 hours walking these streets, sensing you, breathing with you. Your belly and mine in the rap when you were so young, they really move together. And so just walking through this space with you, breathing with you, was a really unique thing. I saw the entire cycle of the year. I sensed all the seasons. And you taught me something. That experience taught me something too. In Copenhagen, everybody complains that it's always gray and it's always raining. It was pretty surprising to realize almost every day of the year I could take that nap walk with you and it wouldn't rain. And yeah, sometimes it would be gray, but then there'd also be a patch of blue. You really helped me see the city truly with big open eyes. The weather here is lovely and today is beautiful. And this season, this is really autumn. And that season, this is really winter or summer. I guess that's part of what this neighborhood and these experiences, these walks with you, have really grounded into me of seeing you, seeing this space, sensing you, sensing this space. It becomes really easy to connect and share with you as we just both ground into those moments, this present, and aware and awake and alive in that moment. And there we are, you and me, even now as a 4-year-old, as a 3-year-old, as a 2-year-old, every year of your life, boom, we can be there together, where we are, engaged in it. Talked about theater before, and that's what that career has always been for me. What always drew me into the theater was just that thing of being present and connected with people. We talk about being resonant, sharing the same space with them, feeling the same boom ba dum boom boom, the same music of the moment with them. I've always enjoyed that. And my goodness, Marley, being together with you, spending our time together, there's so much presence and connection, and it's so easy and so full. This is what I meant also earlier. I've shared a lot of space with a lot of fabulous people. They shared themselves with me, and with you, honey bunny, there's such a full, clear, easy, instant connection, presence, sharing. I really enjoy being in that space there, holding that space with you and for you. And I really enjoy being papa and daughter. So, who knew that these particular sites, this little school we're walking by with their football field, the care home in front of me that always has the lights on, which is so funny because it's a care home for pretty old people, and I get with my head why the lights are on. They're on because these are open hallways and there's staff on and they're observing the people asleep. But it's funny, you ask about it a lot, like, why are all the lights there? It's like, well, that's because where the old people are. But it's late, shouldn't they be sleeping? Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe some of them aren't. But the lights are on. That's just the way it is in a care home. Anyways, point being, it's funny how these particular sites, these particular things, carry so many experiences of me and you. So many connections to you. Even on a night like tonight, where you're asleep in a bed not here in Marley Papa Hoozle. You're asleep somewhere else right now. I'm still connected with you through being here. I still sense you. And I'm still aware with you. There's still a shared space where I'm aware and connected with you and clicked into this moment and also clicked into this history of moments that we have together. It's a big part of why I express this thing that, I'm always with you. You're always with me. There's on this street, there's 1,200 other knights on this street with you. And they're here with me right now. And that permanence, that eternal sense of it, that time is there and it's still here right now, it also makes me feel strong about our future. And I love this image of walking with you older, walking with you when you're more grown, walking with you, and again sharing space, sharing nights, and of course sharing whole days, weeks, months, years. There's some sort of lovely permanent shared space by having these regular patterns, these little traditions. I guess this is the first time I have taken you with me on an entire walk. This was a short one tonight. A lot of times I like to take like a 45-minute walk and I go all the way down to the Gundils Park, and I like the trees there at night, and you always get a clear look up into the dark sky because there's not so much light. Feels like almost getting out of the city into nature. And I do like that. It's also a space where I walked back and forth with you quite a lot when you were asleep. But tonight, it's a bit late. And tomorrow, there's a few things in the early morning I want to handle for you. Looking forward to getting a few exciting things lined up. That's early morning, so just did a very short circle. But how fun to have you with me on the video for this whole time. I hadn't expected that. Well, I guess you have a sense of sort of where my thoughts and feelings go on these little walks. I guess this is the 20-minute version, and there's often the 45-minute version of the walk, but this is it. Just different ways to hold space with you and sense you, and like I said, these traditions and patterns, they change the way time works. Things don't become one singular instant all by themselves. They become a repetition of a constant instant, an instant that repeats and repeats and repeats. So there is some permanence, some eternal presence in those things. I'm walking these streets with you, honey bun. I feel you. I feel you here. And I'm here. I love you so deep and so constant. Så evigt, min pige. Let's take a look. I left the lights on in the living room. Can you see? Oh, wrong way. Huh. Yeah, are we seeing it right? Yeah. So that's our home there. There's 2 lights on in the apartment underneath us. Those are the neighbors who like to sing karaoke. And on the top floor, there's a bright light and a slightly darker light. Bright light is in the room where your Lego house is, and Påskekanin. And the couch, and your toys, and your unicorn, and your books. Window you see, I guess, on the right, slightly darker. That's where I was just wrapping up some work. That's our home up there, little sweetie pie. And here's the nighttime street. I love to walk with you. Here's where we always are. I love you entirely. And I'll see you soon. And indeed, I'm always with you, sugar buns. Sleep well, little Marley Bear.